Hello and welcome. This is Alen Meyer, and today's topic is 7 reasons why people don't buy insurance. Before I begin, please visit my website meetingobjections.com to get a free report about how to handle objections and what are the methods and everything about meeting objections that you hear from your clients on a daily basis. Now, let's begin. It is an important fact in human nature that each person's mind tends to construct and live in its own mental world and to resist invasion. There exists in most people a strong predisposition to object to proposals which they think will commit them to an unaccustomed course of action or which will necessitate a rearrangement of their ideas. So the person who is being solicited for any sort of proposition almost instinctively takes a defensive attitude. The more experience a person has had with salespeople, the more this defensive attitude is developed. In the language of the army, the more he has been shelled, the more defenses he has erected, including barbed wire barriers as well as listening posts. What I'm trying to say is, nobody likes to be sold to, but people love to buy. This is actually from a book from 1910 I just read recently. Nobody likes to be sold to. People don't want to be approached and pushed to do something without thinking about it, without finding the real benefit for them. So a prospect may flatly refuse to consider life insurance because the idea does not fit in with his existing fund of experiences. But if the idea is presented to your client as a continuance of the monthly check which he is in the habit of giving to his wife, so if something happens to the person, his wife and kids, they will be protected, they will still continue getting checks, then your client's mind travels over a track which leads to a yes response. Remember, you are the engineer who's running the train of the prospect's thought, and if the signals tell you that the train is headed on the no track, you must be able, through a knowledge of the underlying causes of objections, to simply switch his train of thought so that his mind will travel on the yes track. Persuasion versus manipulation. I had another video recorded. It talks about how persuasion is crucial when selling versus manipulation, where you just think of yourself, of your commission. Persuasion is finding a win-win solution. You win and your clients win at the same time. Now, of course, it is difficult to determine the real basis of objections in any individual case. However, in general, they may be due to any of the following reasons. And here are 7 reasons why people don't buy insurance. Number 1, the prospect's fears. They fear of investing too much of their extra money they may have, or the fear of investing too much of his surplus in insurance, or fear of starting something he or she cannot finish without financial loss. Simply, people fear what they don't understand, and your job is to explain, educate them, and remove the fears from the conversation. Number 2, it's unwillingness to change his buying habits. Prospect may have a certain plan, which he follows in buying other commodities. He may have the habit of shopping around before he buys, and therefore they will not close the insurance deal until he has had the opportunity to look over other propositions. And it's always good to ask, are you comparing us? With whom are you comparing us? And stuff like that. Number 3, dislike for some feature of the policy. This may be due to a positive dislike or a prejudged contempt or prejudged thoughts arising from incomplete knowledge of just what the policy will do, how everything works. So it's up to you to give them more information, but also talk about the benefits, what's really in it for them. Remember, your clients have just one, they only can catch one radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? It's up to you to remove any misunderstanding and simply explain what the policy will do for them. Number 4, it could be dislike for the agent. The agent's attitude may not be pleasing. I actually saw many agents in the action, and few of them were really arrogant or simply asking clients how you don't understand it, how, like, trying to position yourself above the client. That's big no-no. You as an agent, you may be persistent in trying to sell a policy, but you have to be careful that you find something that really fit the prospect's needs. If they are making not enough money, you don't want to sell them $2 million policy. Of course, they're not qualified, but generally you have to tailor your offering to a client's needs, and every situation is different. So try to remove yourself from the conversation, be polite, be professional, but also try to serve. Number 5, it's a big one: incomplete understanding of what insurance will do. So if the presentation of the case in favor of insurance has been faulty, the prospect may not realize the true function of insurance, and objections due to a lack of knowledge will of course arise. The prospect may actually see no need for insurance or feel that he or she cannot afford it. So it's up to you to show them, explain what actually life insurance will do for them. Number 6, some personal reason for not buying insurance. The prospect may feel that the type of insurance or the insurance program proposed by you as an agent does not fit his needs. So the agent may have failed to find out the actual insurance need of the prospect. What are their goals? What are their dreams? What they would try to accomplish? What they are running away from? So then you will be able to suggest a plan, a program, or policy which will fit these needs. Otherwise, you're just talking, and you're talking basically to somebody who is not interested anymore. And last but not least, lots of people have a fear of general business conditions. So your prospect may fear a panic or hard times, assuming, of course, that in such times all unnecessary expenditures should be eliminated. And the problem is the prospect fails to see that in a panic, insurance is double valuable. It may be the only estate left to a family if the breadwinner dies during the period of business uncertainties. And we witnessed many situations like that during the last recession. So when people fear that they will not have money to afford the life insurance policy, guess what? That's actually the reason why they should start with the life insurance. God forbid something happens to them in difficult times, family is protected, they will have money to put food on the table, and they will have a shelter or roof above their heads. And that's where we jump in to help people to protect their families from unexpected life events. So I hope you like these 7 short reasons why people don't buy insurance. Please remember this: the best possible service to the community should be your goal, rather than the largest possible commission. That's the slogan under which every top insurance agent works. And I invite you, learn what every insurance agent needs to know about meeting objections by getting my free report. Visit www.meetingobjections.com and get your free copy and learn what you need to know about meeting objections that you hear from your clients on a daily basis. And briefly about me, everything I'm sharing with you comes from experience: 20 years in sales, 10 years in sales training and financial industry. My approach is rational, no-nonsense, practical approach to selling. I was recently voted number 2 on the list of top 50 most influential people in sales, one of the top 25 sales influencers. I invite you to visit my blog www.alenmeyer.com, where you can get more articles like this, and also learn how to meet objections and how to handle objections and how to be more successful in a sales insurance role. Thank you for listening. This is Alen Meyer, and see you soon.